All right.
Very nice.
For the late, great Kimbo.
Died of his death. Cancer. Lymphoma.
We thought you would be first, Leonard. Definitely thought Kimbo would outlive you.
Well, we'll see him again, I'm sure.
Oh, God.
You'll see his ashes.
Welcome back, Rob Zillah. Back by popular demand.
Yeah.
The Maniacs have spoken.
Maniacs have spoken.
Make Rob a regular. So here you go, Maniacs. And he's sober. You sober?
I'm sober, yeah, so... I was pretty sober last week, too, so...
Yeah.
Pretty sober.
Yeah, a few beers, like a cookie cutter.
Oh, yeah, because Eric brought them. Yeah.
So this is our first podcast since Jay got hurt. We've spoken to him a couple times. Through text, spoke to him on the phone once.
Yeah, down the dumps. That's a fucking horrible accident. It's painful to watch, too. You kind of don't like watching shit like that, because then when you go in a gym, you might think about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely made everyone look at when they're controlling the weight and using, proper techniques. I guarantee you that.
Do Lenny reps, and you can avoid that. Right? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it's just, we could go on and on about what the reasoning that was, but could have been a combination of things.
Right. Well, yeah, you mentioned that Winstrol drying them out.
And then, there's been instances where people have torn muscles using warm-up weights and such as even moving furniture, so.
It's addicting, though, to lift heavy like that. I seen the video, then I went to the gym the next day to squat. I said, I'm going to just do light today after thinking about that, but then I still went up and you just want to do 1 or 2 reps.
I think you would think from
1 or 2 reps. What are you following? The O'Toole program?
Yeah, following the O'Toole program.
I guarantee you a lot of maniacs watched that video and rethought their next leg workout.
Right.
Trust me. Didn't do as much weight as they thought they were going to do.
Well, you pointed out something about Jay doing that much weight, like being a power lifter, and if he would have gotten 600, he probably would have done 615 or 620 next week.
Yep.
So not to say that it would have definitely happened, but eventually, I mean, I guess you just go until you get injured for most guys, right? What happens to most power lifters? Like, what puts them into retirement?
Not using enough weight and injuries. Look at Ed Cohn. He's had so many surgeries. Legendary powerlifter, squatter, deadlifter, 900 plus.
Most of these squat accident injury videos I've seen on YouTube, usually, tell me if I'm wrong, but it's usually on the way down where you see those kind of catastrophic injuries happen. And Jay was moving the weight up, and he was going to get it.
Yeah, he was and like
then
an
it
inch
happened.
away from getting it.
Usually see that happening when they're on
And
doing
then
it.
they came forward. Like that was what Swiss bodybuilder Jean-Pierre Fuchs.
Yeah, you sent me
Very
that.
similar. It's all over the internet. He actually went forward into almost a hurdler stretch position, which Jay was almost ready to go into. Jay actually was injured is worse because he had a double quad.
Yeah. Oh, that thing's... What did that guy say?
Fuchs had the right quad separated, and then 4 tears in the quad and the left quad of the muscle, which is obviously can heal up, but just devastating. And
it's not. That sucks, man.
So what's his plan right now?
Rehab.
well, he's definitely on the up and up. He's healing it as we speak. And it's some possible they come in there and clean that out when they repair it and almost make it better than ever. Matter of fact, Vince McMahon had that 10, 12 years ago. He had to sprint into the ring, at 60 years old, and he had a similar injury too, and he laid in the ring bit because he had to go. There was an unexpected twist in the plot, and he had to run in the ring, and change things up. And by sprinting, he tore him up, but he came back, and he said he cleaned him out, and he was better than ever.
No shit.
So,
How old was he when that
he
happened?
was in his 60s.
Wow.
Late 50s, maybe.
He's close to 70 now, isn't he?
He's over 70, yeah.
Is he really?
Him, Stallone, Arnold,
They're all about the same age.
my old man, they're in their 70s. George Bush, Donald Trump, all around that age.
Now, between the two of you, I'm pointing to Lenny and Rob. I know you two have some good stories to share with us this week.
Not really.
What do you mean, not really?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Well, that's true.
Not for
but
you.
Which one do you want to start with?
Oh, just, I went to the
Porthole?
Paradise Club Sunday evening.
Wait, wasn't there
The week before.
Right.
With you entered like a piss drinking contest or something?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that.
3 girls drank champagne glasses with. And actually,
This is at Paradise here in Delray.
No, Porthole.
The strip club. All right.
Took a champagne glass, I go in there and piss in it. Bring it back, I'll drink it. And I was chugging like shots. Actually, it wasn't bad at all. 3 girls had a different taste in piss. And IFBB pro bodybuilder Bill Wilmore was watching this, and when I came up to him, he thought it was a drink, and he didn't think I was serious. So he goes up with Mike T, and he's looking at me, and I'm just down in these shots, and he put his head down, rolled his eyes, like, "What the fuck?" And I said, "Yeah, it's non-cookie cutter there, Bill. You're drinking your alcoholic drink. I'm drinking this. Much better for you. Much better for your liver." And I was fine.
Much better for your liver, Brad.
The girls loved it. A couple of them didn't want to do it, but oh well.
Did you pay him?
No, not really. And then rode me around on a leash. Actually, it was a belt. I had a girl on my back. I didn't get on my knees, but I carried her around the bar 3 or 4 times and looked at all the patrons in the eye. One girl led me with a belt, and the other girl was on my back with a belt. So, and I looked at each man says, "What do you think about that?" When I walked by, and they're all sitting there with their alcoholic drinks, like whatever, cookie cutters.
Did you have your clothes on?
I had my shirt off. I could have took my clothes off. Next time I will.
So, out of the 3 women piss that you drank, whose tastes the best?
Yeah.
What's your nationality?
What
The
distinguishes?
black one.
Really?
What makes one person's piss taste different? Is one more salty? Is one
One
more...
was clear. One was more flavorful. I don't know. Might do it again. May not. Who knows?
But the black one was the best?
Well, they're all black, so.
Oh.
It's Porthole Pub, yeah. You ever
okay.
It's pretty nice looking. Even Mike T was. This place really shaped up. It's one of the best places. Highly recommend it. Sample Road. As soon as you get off 95.
What place is that?
The Portal.
Shit.
That's the type of stuff you got to get on film.
Yeah, we could. They don't like it, but it wouldn't be a problem.
There you could get away with it?
Oh, yeah.
Not
I did it.
Not a diamond.
I don't think the average cookie cutter could, but I did.
You could wear like a hidden camera or somebody. You could figure it out somehow. It's worth it.
How did Mike not film you getting carried around, or not carried around, but you carrying around a chick and another one leading you around?
He was
with a
just
belt
in
around?
awe. And I'm sure he'll be doing it if he's not doing it already.
Because you always tell us, get it on film, get it on film. Why don't you tell him, get it on film?
I was in piss drinking ecstasy.
That's fucking great.
I heard,
What else?
oh, Brad, I got an invitation to eat some tacos.
Yeah, I know.
When we film that.
What's this?
We're not filming that.
We're not?
No.
Oh. You aware who invited me for eating tacos?
I was standing right there.
And?
Yeah, nothing. That's for another time.
It's going to be filmed?
Huh?
Is it going to be filmed?
No. Why would it be?
Why wouldn't it be?
Because I don't need it to be filmed.
You don't need it to be filmed.
What are we talking about?
Ask Brad.
Because I really don't know. What are we
I think
talking
the
about?
maniacs want to know.
Maybe they want to know how you're loose lapdog. Lassie person.
Well,
Do you want to start? Do you want to start?
that's
you
my
wanna
boss.
go? You want to go? Okay. You want to go that way? Then I'll go that way.
You listen to your boss. I suggest I do.
Yeah, I don't listen to my boss.
Well,
I'm unionized.
well.
Ding, 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 ding. Round one.
You will be your position will be roboticized within 5 years. I've said it right now.
You're probably right.
Walmart, everything will be done by automated robots or what have you.
Hey, Brad and I went out to eat before this at Chili's, and when you pay your tab, they have a little what would you call that thing? Like a little
fucking iPad.
like a little kiosk on the table.
You got to
that,
sit there and cash yourself out. Put your card in, and it prints a receipt right there.
Yep.
So the waiter really doesn't do shit, but take your order. Actually, you could probably order from that thing.
But the good news is, with this automation, people are going to be forced to get creative and create new jobs for themselves, such as flying cars, life on Mars, curing diseases, and what have you.
Technology.
Right.
There's never going to be flying cars.
Yes, there will.
There can't be.
Okay.
There'd be assholes crashing into houses, Leonard. How the fuck is... You're going to see an 80-year-old woman flying
cars
a fucking
means
car?
almost at plane level there, Einstein.
That's
Do
not
you think,
going to happen.
in other words, the planes constantly crashing into houses?
No, but if individuals are allowed to fly their fucking cars around, Leonard, you don't...
Is that why my house is so dirty? Because of the plane debris?
Totally over your head. But go ahead.
Yeah.
You're a complete fucking...
Can't go over your head because it's so big.
Like your stomach.
Rather a big stomach than a big head.
I'm sorry for you.
So anybody see Dale Chance's Instagram post with that Samurai Jack looking guy that he's worshipping now?
His name is Samurai Jack?
No, he looks just like him. I don't know what his name was.
Who's Samurai Jack?
Yeah.
You don't know who Samurai Jack is? Alright, well that just flopped.
Different generation.
We're flopping all over the place, flip-flopper.
No shit. What is it? A fucking anime cartoon or something?
Yeah.
I should ask Nate. Nate would probably know who Samurai Jack is. That's a cute shirt, Leonard. Is it keeping you cool?
It's funny because when Lenny laughs, the lion's mouth jiggles.
So what about this guy that Dale's worshiping now?
No, that was it. I don't know. Nobody's seen it, so it's not funny, but...
Well, I saw something that he posted with the guy.
Brian, keep your fingers out of your nose, please.
Why don't you keep your fingers out of your ass?
I do.
Yeah, okay.
Believe me, I can't even reach them. If I would, I could, but I can't. So I don't.
So you can't wipe your ass?
That's a good point. You got me there, Brad. You got me there.
When's the last time you wiped your ass?
You got me there, Brad. Very clever.
Well, you can reach under. Right? You have to wipe.
Yeah, if I had a vagina like you, I guess.
You have to wipe from the front?
So let's get some feedback before it gets into productions. Maniacs, what do you think about custom toilet paper rolls with Dale Chance's face on every square?
Doing a different pose.
No,
each
same
sheet?
picture.
Just his face.
Just his face on each square, yeah. It's possible.
Delray Misfits Gear.com.
If you get enough
add
good
that to the
feedback,
site.
Actually, after that horrendous video Jason posted yesterday, they'd probably rather his face on the toilet
Jason,
paper.
yeah, that's what
Did you
Lenny
see
said,
that video?
Jason. No.
That like 9-minute video where he's like talking about how all you people with your 9-to-5 jobs, and he's got this and entrepreneur.
What a piece of shit.
All the people with the 9-to-5 jobs buying his product are probably going to say, fuck
Right.
you.
Yeah, and getting taxes taken out for his fucking SSI check.
And he calls
Yeah.
me up and has the nerve to ask me, "Why do you think I have so many haters?" Like, why do you?
You're a fucking asshole.
Why do you
Right.
think?
He doesn't think. That's the problem.
I blocked him since the last podcast on his phone. I blocked his Instagram, so there's no way to contact me.
Or was he just harassing you?
Huh?
Was he harassing you?
That's his natural state, is harassment. He doesn't talk to anybody, he harasses you. So, and then I seen him at LA Delray the other day, and I just told him, yeah, I gotta go to the parking lot, I'll be right back, and I just ran out of there. He's like, what's up with your phone? What happened to your phone? And I don't know.
Well, he called Andrew upset. He blocked me.
Yeah.
Fuck. What did he say?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
I saw him at the gym and he blew me off. He walked right past me. I'm like, well, have you been texting him 30 times a day?
He was, and I mean, he just doesn't understand that. Like, I'm here now. I'm not staying there no more.
This is no longer a vacation for you. You're
Exactly,
now working
yeah,
and
right,
you have a life.
Right. So it's like I'm not gonna work to buy him a lightsaber. You know what I mean?
Well, you set the bar pretty high during those 2 weeks you stay there. That's the problem.
Well, at the time it was like a trade, you know.
Right.
So
right, I get it.
Because you would have paid that in a hotel anyway.
Exactly.
But,
So at the time it was fair, and he kind of deserved it. But yeah, he still expects me to do stuff like that. He just doesn't get it. Like, hey, I'm not Dale Chance. I'm not that rich.
He's entitled.
Did you buy him that fucking silly wig?
Yeah, of course. I tried to talk him out of it. I said, dude, let me get you a bunch of supplements. Let me get you, stuff that'll get you ready for the contest, and you can focus on the gym. And he just wants toys. He just wants wigs, toys. What?
Dildos.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to wear that wig to the gym. I'm going to take it right off and throw it in the garbage. Fucking idiot. You all right, Leonard?
Yeah.
You look like you're going to shit yourself.
Basically.
He wants to say something.
If you want to fart.
No, I have to use the restroom.
Oh, no.
Did you eat anything?
Tacos.
From what you went to Wendy's.
No, I didn't eat them yet. The tacos earlier.
Yeah.
You know where it is. Go ahead.
What? Oh, him?
The latrine.
I'll just wait till the last minute.
What do
Until
you
you're
mean?
about to shit yourself? So what happened to Paradise this weekend?
It's good. I went Sunday. Wasn't planning on going, but I thought, what the hell? Biked it over. Locked up the bike in the back so nobody sees me. Walk in. Sunday night, they got the DJ there, so there's Delray police at both entrances and exits, which is good, and they have a metal detector.
Because of a DJ being there?
Well, because Sunday night's a big crowd. Walked in, yeah, it was packed with girls. I mean, much more girls to guys, and they get dressed up pretty nice. It's really down to earth. And, a couple girls wearing outrageously short-cut skirts and stuff. Bending over, almost bare ass with a thong up the butt. A lot of ass in there. Put a lot of ass. So I sat down with the girl, started talking to her. Just got a little close, and some fat idiot looked like Frederick the Great, the entertainer. Fat fuck. Frederick. Had a hat on.
Cedric the entertainer.
Comes over. Oh, that's my wife. I said, yeah, you got good taste. He's like, quit hitting on my wife. I says, you're going to make me. He goes, yeah, I'll kick your ass. I said, there's nothing you could do now. They had a metal detector there. There's nothing on earth that you could do in here. Ever. And you know it. So.
Is she the same one that you took in the bathroom?
Fuck no. I got hit on every different girl in there. It's probably the problem, but that's why I'm there, That's why I think you're there instead of sitting out and drinking and smoking. But
you didn't drink at all?
He says, oh, I'll kill you. No. I'll kill you. I says, go ahead. I said, I don't think you can. And I said, you know what? You're insecure. Very insecure. And there's a lot of insecurity with some of these men these days.
And what else?
Insecure. When you show insecurity in front of your girl, she's
done.
You're done as far as her eyes. And I'm wondering why she kept looking at him, and the club's pretty big, looking to see where I was. And the end of the night, she comes walking by me, but I didn't need her. There was something even better. I'm walking out the door. Stops in her tracks, bends over, basically almost touching her toes. Ass slams right into my cock. Just standing there, starts slamming me with it. It's like, what the fuck? I was thinking, what the fuck? Why don't I fucking mop my floor?
It's a great question.
Yeah. Just I'm coming to your place.
Yeah, if you mop it up, you could have...
Yeah, I mean, I take a girl over, that's a problem. Then they're going to spread it around. He's got a dirty floor, so...
You don't think that other bitch did?
Oh, she didn't care. None of them. I don't think any really care once they get some alcohol in them. But they're pretty down to earth. But But it's like, that's a cookie cutter. And the guy was my age. He looked like he was 70. But, you act like you're done. I mean, I was acted like that years ago. Does nothing for you.
Did he threaten to shoot you, or he said he would kill you?
He said he would kill me. I says, well, with a metal detector, you're not going to do anything to me. And I got right up, walk right up to him like that. Had 10 of his little porch monkeys sitting beside him. Didn't do a damn thing. It's funny how I'm the only white guy in there that goes there and does that.
It's funny or it's
I
crazy?
think it's funny.
What did you do in the bathroom? That's the better story.
Oh, that was a week before. Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. Yeah, the girl says, I was walking by and she grabbed me around the arm and she's like, "You ain't, why you be all hard like that?" I said, "Everything's big and hard like that." She goes, "Oh, really? Really?" She goes, "I'm a bad woman." She goes, "Don't talk to me like that." I expect to walk away. I said, "What do you mean by that?" She goes, "Let's go." I said, "Where are we going?" "Right in the bathroom." Thought she was going in the men's room. She pushed in the women's room. She pushes the men's room at the door. Goes right back into the stall. Locks the stall. She goes, "Drop your drawers." So I dropped them. So turn around. She smacked me on the ass. And she started sticking a finger up my ass and tongue in my ass. Right? She goes, "I'm a bad woman." I say, "Really?" Then she's like, "Oh, I got to go piss." So I sat on the thing and she pissed on my dick. Then the owner of the club's banging on the stall door. He goes, "Hey." He says, "A newly sworn in chief of police is here with 10 undercover detectives." He goes, "I don't want any shit."
Yeah,
So
no, just piss.
Just
a couple minutes later, walked out the door. She walked out first. This guy's in there like looking at her like, what the fuck? And I come on, I'm looking around seeing where to be police chief, and there's all porch monkeys. I go, "Oh, that figures." So, got the first black police chief in Delray. What do you think about that, Brad?
It's the first one?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Wow.
That affirmative action shit's still going on.
He goes to show he's a real good cop because you got women going in the men's room.
Yeah.
Basically sodomized me. Where's he at? And his 10 staff,
What kind
they're probably
of-
drunk out of their ass and
I
smoking
can
pot in the
only-
parking lot.
I can only imagine what this woman looked like. For her to first...
She was short. She was about in her 50s. Not bad. She actually looked a little dykish. But
To just meet you and take you in the men's room and finger and lick your asshole.
that's black girls. Drunk.
Oh, my God.
Probably more than that, too. But then she's like,
That's why you like
she goes, "Oh, you're coming home with me." I says, "Where's home?" "Riviera." I said, "No, I'm not."
Yeah, Riviera Beach is like Compton.
Yeah.
Well, I've been there. Probably worse places, but just saying wasn't feeling like going up there, but wonder why I like going to that black club.
No shit.
It's better than going to the white cookie cutter clubs in downtown Delray.
That's what
Guilty.
you call a tune-up, right? Or no,
with
not really.
the white gals with no asses.
Guilty.
Well, did you see his dance moves?
Don't. Come on.
Rob's got some moves.
He's going to kick me out.
No, I saw your gym lift move, so that covers it, Rob.
So that's
You're backing it up in the gym.
He's
I mean,
giving you a pass because you.
now, in other words, if you were absent with that gym intensity and dancing, then something would click. Something's wrong.
I have a few drinks and I can't control it. It just
I
comes.
understand.
But I mean, they comment, they hate this and that. But you look at the girl that I was dancing with. She's
You're like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Kickboxer. Remember the scene when he
Yeah,
dances
yeah.
in the bar? And he kicks the shit out of everybody.
So it worked,
Did you get a finger up your ass in the men's room?
I wouldn't.
Didn't work too well.
He has a
Yeah,
microphone.
you're right.
Didn't work too well.
With the chief of police being in the building and 10 undercover cops on the job?
If they're undercover, you don't know that they're undercover.
That's what the guy said.
He's full of shit. He's just trying to scare you out of there.
I wonder how many other guys she did that to that night.
Nobody.
Did you tip her at least? Did you buy her?
No.
Did you buy her a drink?
Nope. Bought a girl a drink, walked in. She had an ass out to here. I think it was silicone, but man, she nice dress, young, beautiful face. She walked in. I just staring at her like that. Smiled. When she saw the teeth, "Can I buy a drink?" She's damn straight you could buy me a drink. Then she put her arm on me, started give me the nipple thing. Do you have any of these white girls with no asses do that to you, Rob Zillah? While you were dancing away?
You've never said one negative thing to me until the podcast starts. He's
That's
holding
what he
it
does.
all in. Yeah.
That's what he does.
I know. You. I post things and I say, "Wow, Lenny's gonna hate me for this one," but is what it is.
Yeah, be yourself, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
White guys and black girls. Andrew, you could come up with a few stories.
I can. In multiple countries.
And it actually works for Brad. He just needs to stick to it a little more.
First black girl I was ever with smelled absolutely horrible down there, to where I started and 30 seconds later I said I don't even want anything. I couldn't even do it. I put my pants back on and left. So I'm scarred in that department.
I've had that happen before.
Oh, that's actually
Well,
Like
Lenny dives
2-week-old
right into that
roadshow in Florida. It's
That's-
horrible.
I told Lenny that story. I don't think I told you guys, and this is a good one. One night, when Backpage was still around, I was out drinking with my friend, of course. And and I had to get laid. There was nothing I could do about it, and I had no money for Backpage, whatever. My father used to be a correctional officer, so he has a badge, like a police officer badge. So I went home, I grabbed his badge, I called a hooker, I met up with her, and it was one of Lenny's favorite types.
10 with a 10.
Without the 10, yeah. Big, thick, black chick.
Hotel room?
No, she, even worse. So met up with her in the hood, and she brings me like into this house. There's no furniture. There's like little kids like sleeping on the floor. Brings me up to like the top room, and she's just like, all right, so it's this much money, this and that. I pulled out the badge and I was like, listen, this is gonna go two ways. You're gonna fuck me for free, or I'm gonna have to make a few phone calls.
Oh my
Dude.
fucking god!
You dirty
Dude.
dog.
That
Yeah.
is fucking
You
great.
dirty
So
dog.
she just went to her purse. I'm like, oh, she's grabbing a gun. I'm fucked. I'm dead. She grabbed a bottle of alcohol. She took a sip of it, and she's like, you're lucky I'm horny. I'll do it anyway. She's like, I know you're full of shit, white boy, but I'll do it anyway. And she did.
Oh, that's
But that's the girl who smelled. So I started going, and I couldn't do it. But I already got my nut just by getting her to say yes with no money, and she fell for the trick. Yeah. I probably shouldn't have said that on
I'm
something
going to
that's
buy
gonna be
myself a
online.
fake badge tomorrow.
Yeah. But I've tried it too where it didn't work, and like one girl read it, and she's like, it says correctional officer, you dumbass, you know. I've tried other little tricks with them too. Like one time I said, oh, we'll go after. We'll go to the ATM after. You know, I don't feel like it right now, and then I was just gonna go and run out on them. And they said no, so I said, all right, here's some collateral, laptop, this and that. You could hold this for, and one of them just ran out with it. I didn't get anything from that.
He just had an explosion in that fucking bathroom.
Oh, you heard it?
Oh, yeah.
God damn it. Hopefully it was one of his legendary false alarms, you know. I think our rule was broken like 30 podcasts ago.
Oh, yeah. He's done walking to the clubhouse.
Yeah.
So what was the other one you were talking about? The STD?
The recent one?
Yeah, the scare.
So I took a walk this week in Delray, and I met this girl outside of a gas station. And at first, all I saw her legs; they were hot. And I went up and talked to her. I said, "How you doing?" Whatever. I got her number. Met up with her the next day, and she said, "Oh, I got kicked out of my halfway house because I relapsed." And she was sitting outside
Ding
of a Star.
ding. Red flag number one.
Yeah, she had her suitcases sitting outside of a Starbucks.
Oh.
So me, being a desperate scumbag that I am, I said, "Oh, you could come back to my place, no problem." And we went back to my place. We took some Molly, and
Holy shit. This fucking guy.
we took some Molly, and
Fits right in at Delray Beach. I love it.
we did the deed. And I knew I was being stupid hooking up with a drug addict with no condom, but like in the moment you don't care, you know, you don't care.
You're rolling the dice.
Yeah, big time. So hopefully my immune system's as strong as Leonard's.
How many days ago was this?
Huh?
How many days ago was this?
Like 10 days ago.
No symptoms?
The first like few days, it kind of hurt and burned when I was pissing, but now I'm good. So
That may have been in your head.
yeah, it might have been in my head. Yeah.
Well, the one on your neck, not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, I'll be all right. Yeah. I asked her too the next day. She left. She went back home to Seattle. I texted her. I said, "Are you clean?" And no response. So.
Oh, jeez.
But I tried to talk to her otherwise, and no response. So.
10 months later, here comes a little Rob Zillah.
Oh hell no! No, she's not fertile. There's no way.
You nutted in her?
No. I
Okay.
didn't.
Jesus Christ. She said she's not fertile. No way. How do you know that?
Don't do
You
that.
never assume that, man.
No.
Don't do that again down here. This
No.
is the
Bad
land.
enough that I did it without a condom.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, if you're
But
going to
who
do it
uses
again,
that?
that's fine. Just rub her up. Don't do what you did again down here.
Rub her up so you don't feel anything.
You know, South Florida, I think Miami-Dade County, if I'm not mistaken, has the highest HIV rate in the country. Isn't that right, Miami-Dade? Lenny!
Yes.
Doesn't Miami-Dade have the highest HIV rate in the country?
Yes, it does.
See?
Quite a while.
Fact check it, maniacs.
No, that's true,
For years.
right?
Mainly because of the recent immigrant influx from Caribbean,
No, he's
South
right.
America.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, if I do have something, I'm gonna make sure I have sex with all my ex-girlfriends one last time.
You know what, HIV, don't take it up the ass. You're 99% covered. Trust me.
Because you would have had it by now.
That's correct.
So you're saying the only way you're going to get it is by butt fucking somebody.
No.
No, by getting butt fucked.
By getting butt
Getting
fucked.
butt fucked and ejaculated.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not 100%, but that's your greatest risk right there. Always has been, always will. That's how women get it. That's how men get it.
And needle sharing, obviously.
Trans. Well, that's...
Which,
yeah.
Down here with all the fucking...
But again, the type of the people that get it up the ass like to share needles. Goes hand in hand.
You have any articles this week, Andrew?
I don't see Magic Johnson dropping anytime soon.
I didn't.
I think his son will probably die before him, his fucking queer son.
I didn't know we were doing a podcast tonight, so I didn't scrounge the New York Post for any articles. But I'll tell you something that happened to me last week. Excuse my voice, I got a little head cold. So as you guys know, I have a fucked up shoulder, torn labrum now, adhesive capsulitis, known as frozen shoulder. It's all fucked up. So anyway, about say 8 or 9 days ago, I'm watching the Knicks game. It was one of their last games of the season. Knicks, of course, lost. It's about 10 o'clock. And I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping lately because of this shoulder. So I figured, let me do something to help myself fall asleep a little better.
Jerk off?
Bingo.
Oh, my God.
So I go on Pornhub. I find myself a nice Alexis Breeze video. I don't know if you've heard of her. Maniacs, look her up. She's fantastic.
She packing heat?
No.
Never heard of her.
And I start to handle my business. And in the middle of it, I suffered a shoulder subluxation. While jerking off, my shoulder popped out of the socket and it went back in. And let me tell you, that's the second time it's happened to me with this fucked up shoulder. But you want to talk about a fucking buzzkill. You're jerking off, you know, handling your business, and next thing you know, you suffer a subluxation. I had to immediately stop. I saw stars. It hurt so much. I had to lay down, just take some slow, deep breaths. You know, as the heart-on gets smaller and smaller by the second. And
What hurt more, Andrew, that or your father giving you that diagnosis when you asked him about it?
which diagnosis?
The subluxation.
No, I know exactly what that is. That's from the torn labrum.
Oh.
Yeah. Because your shoulder becomes unstable. If I lean forward a certain way and let my arm hang forward, it'll roll right out of the socket. Ugh. So I have to, I've become basically ambidextrous over the last 2 months. I do everything with my left hand now. I haven't mastered that yet with the left. but I think I'm gonna have to until I get this taken care of. So yeah, that's my.
Hey, at least you're honest.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a thing.
That was horrible.
Just start fucking cantaloupes like Kai Green.
I might have to just roll something up and.
When's the last time you masturbated, Rob Zillah?
I love how he holds the mic.
I know he's got a mic.
Waiting.
Lenny's playing interviewer.
What's today? I didn't
Wednesday.
last night. Definitely the night before, twice. Yeah.
It's
What?
good to be
I
young.
injected
Right?
750 milligrams of test that day, so give me a break.
How much test did you ejaculate?
750 milligrams?
Yeah, I was a little buzzed, and
Jesus.
yeah.
Why?
Do you get
I
your
just wanted to do a full needle.
Do you get your levels checked?
He fucking fits right in the shit show.
Huh?
Do you ever get your levels checked or no?
Yeah. I mean, I did recently, yeah. But when I was doing like 300 a week or 400 a week, my level was like 1700.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit.
You're getting the most bang for your buck, I'll tell you that.
You're getting up there in the Big Richard territory, man.
Yeah, I mean now it's probably like 3,000.
That's not fucking possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
Is it? Even Leonard's questioning that.
Tony Hughes got a test result where it was 13,000 when he was doing the test suspension.
What?
Yeah, I wouldn't make that up.
Wouldn't your blood be like paint
Worse.
if your test was
You
that
think
high?
Be like snot.
Yeah.
Deeper voice.
Be like tar. You'd have hair growing out of your eyeballs. Pretty much.
Dr. Tony Hughes here.
13,000?
Yeah, the guy he was doing the video with said it was possibly a false read, but he was doing test suspension, the shit that's instant.
Oh, man. What do you think yours are at, Leonard?
18-year-old super god level. I don't go by blood pressure readings. This, that, the other. No.
Not blood pressure.
I don't look at tests.
You've never gotten your blood done?
I really don't care.
Well, I was getting it done at the time to try to get it prescribed.
Who cares? Life's too short to get blood work.
Yeah.
Men were born to spill blood. How about that?
You know what? The more he says shit like that, the more I'm starting to believe it.
Yeah.
What you don't know won't
You know?
hurt you.
I mean, he hasn't died yet.
What you don't know won't hurt you. That's also a technique in the medical marketing establishment, is creating fear, creating worry, making yourself dependent on them, the government, the church, the school. Everybody gets their cut and you're a sheep. You know all the tricks. Nothing happens in this world by accident. Nothing.
Unless Dale gets first place.
Right. That's not going to happen by accident anytime soon.
Nothing happens by accident.
Good idea for a
That's-
t-shirt.
That's complete and utter bullshit.
Nothing happens by accident.
Okay.
Nothing.
Did you believe in
I'm not even going to ask you to explain that logic.
It's hard to
Do you-
explain. It's just
Accidents happen every fucking
Are you
day.
saying that from like a predestination standpoint?
no, but there's a
Predis-
cause to everything.
Cause and
You
reaction.
have a stomach ache, it's something you ate, something in the air. There's something, you slip and fall, there's a reason for that.
You've never accidentally taken too much G,
Well, there's a reason for that.
but it was an accident.
There's
You've
no-
said
no-
that.
there's
You've
no
said
such
that
thing as
word
an
before.
accident.
I accidentally took too much.
Steps take, if there's more food in the stomach, we absorb it. Nothing happens by accident. There's no such thing as luck. Things happen for a reason. And it's all intertwined. What you're doing here today affects somebody over in China.
So you don't think
Believe it or
you don't
not.
think winning the lottery is luck? Like if you get a winning scratch off, you don't think that's a little lucky?
No, because you picked the right numbers.
No. A scratch off, where it just comes off of a reel.
I never did that cookie cutter stuff,
But-
so I wouldn't know.
So
I don't play. I'm not a dreamer. I'm a believer. I'm not a dreamer.
you said you dream about Christina.
I'm a believer in Christina. My arms will be wrapped around her pretty face.
Contradiction. You're almost at Jason's retard level tonight. The fuck did you take?
No.
Good God.
So, Brad, I wanted to ask you, what are your plans for 420? Any hash bashes?
No, I'm working on 420.
On your holy day of the year, the reason for you to live.
Every day is 420, Leonard.
That's true. I take it back.
I don't need it.
That is true.
I don't need Hitler's birthday to tell me when I can and can't smoke.
Hitler was into harder stuff than that. Look up Dr. Morell, Hitler's personal physician. He was on 40 different meds at once.
Get the fuck out of here.
And he was doing that vegan stuff, so you can understand why things went awry.
No shit.
Yes,
Hitler was a vegan.
Oh, yeah. Not his whole life, he converted.
Really?
Yes, he did.
Interesting. 40 medications he was on?
Dr. Morell was his personal physician.
How old was he when he died?
He was in his 50s, but he looked ancient. He was not in good mental health his last 5 years.
Yeah, I'll say.
So why don't you start a national holiday for GHB? Maybe October 10th, 10/10.
Well, you got to thank Dr.
You're on to something right
Yeah.
there.
Dr. Henry Laborit invented it or discovered it in the human body, so you got to credit him. He's a French physician. I believe he did that in the 30s. I could be wrong. But there's a Japanese study where they administered GHB to cats. And I wish I could find the film on YouTube. They said what it did to those cats and how those cats behave was beyond belief.
In a good way or a bad way?
Just a bizarre way.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't kill them or anything. They fell asleep and woke up at.
Did the cats like go to Walmart on their own and start talking to people? The cats just wandered the aisles of Walmart, talking to black chicks.
What are some of the things they did? Should have given some to Kimbo.
Bizarre. I wish I had a.
Where did you see it?
I read it in a textbook. Actually, it was a medical newsletter I used to get. They did studies and stuff.
You don't get it anymore?
I got internet.
What's on your recent search history?
Actually, I was looking at. Actually, Dale Chance. I want to have a new name for him, which is pretty obvious. He's the modern day Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh, Jesus.
Theodore Roosevelt was a hunter. He was a president. He actually lifted weights and boxed in his youth, way back in the 1890s. Very similar to Dale Chance.
I didn't know Dale boxed.
He hunted, yeah. Lifted, sure.
Boxed?
Yeah, Dale's boxed. He played semi-pro football. He's a linebacker. He's a modern-day Theodore Roosevelt. If I could think of one person, it's definitely Dale Chance.
You think Dale could be president one day?
Sure.
Who would be his vice?
Cornelius?
Dale Cornelius 2020.
He could be governor of North Carolina. They're dumb enough out there to vote for him.
Well, he's got my vote.
Jesus, you going through the questions?
JPJM Babe, how you doing, sweetheart? Has Andrew thought of adopting a cat, or is he taking some time off and healing?
He wants to adopt your pussy.
I'll get another one eventually, but I got to take care of my shoulder first, and then I'll look into it. It's weird, man. For all the 20 years I've lived in this house, I've always had a cat. And for the first time, I don't have one. It's
You got rid of the litter box.
You better get on blood pressure meds. You got a
it's
problem.
it's a very bizarrely empty feeling.
Yeah, there's no dish, no litter box.
Yeah.
I think his ghost is here, as you'll find out.
Yeah, the cord will magically come
If
out
I
of the
wake up
fucking
and
wall.
find some shit on the floor,
That'll be Leonard's.
yeah, yeah, Kimbo's ghost or Lenny.
You got another gift to open. Open that one.
Well, thank you very much for
a guy named
these books.
Simon sent us a bunch of
Simon,
books.
thank you for the literature. I can't wait to pour into it tonight before I go to bed.
What is
Jordan Peterson, The 12 Rules for Life, and Gabor Mate, In the Realm of Hungry Ghosts.
Whoa.
Close Encounters with Addiction. Oh, I actually have this, but thank you.
You already have that?
Yeah.
It's a Road Warriors DVD.
Thank you very much. My copy is probably chewed up. Thank you, John Maloney. Go Patriots. I agree with you. Patriots are going to win it all again for the next 5 years.
What? Fuck.
Thank you very much. It's a great DVD.
Is that their highlights?
It's basically their career story. Talks about Road Warrior Hawk's addiction problems, his death in 2003 of a heart attack.
Is he Laurinaitis' father?
Animal,
is that the
he's
other
still
one?
alive.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
That kid's not still in the league, is he?
No, he retired 2 years ago. He's with the Saints.
He didn't play that long, right?
Yeah, brief career.
Yeah.
Very good career. Very great career at Ohio State. Legendary father. I'd like to thank our sponsors, By Research Liquids, for all your peptide needs, and Chems, New World Nutritionals for your protein, liver cleaners. And I'd also like to thank Book Cameo for your, which I have to do a few tonight with Brad. They're a lot of fun. They're personalized, and they're going to be a collector's item.
You gotta put the app on your phone.
Thoughts on Jason Blaha's criticism of the bedroom bully squatting form and questioning his weight and choice of anabolics?
Jay knew.
Did you see Blaha's video?
I saw it. I think he's well-meaning, but he's a bit off. Trying to say Jay's, almost like an amateur. Come on, he's been doing that.
Yeah, well, one of the first things
For
he
30
said,
years.
which annoyed me, was, he doesn't know how to squat properly.
No. One of the first things he says that annoys me is, I never heard of this guy until yesterday.
Bullshit.
Like, he always has to downplay whoever he's talking about. Like, I never heard of this guy until
I think he's well-meaning, but, squatting to death, everybody gets caught up on it.
If you slow the video down, Jay was at depth, I thought. He knows. He's been fucking powerlifting over 30 years. I think he knows how to fucking squat.
I think, in my opinion, once you get used to wearing knee wraps or knee sleeves, you're somewhat dependent on it.
Well, Jay doesn't wear that shit.
Was Jay on the DECA? No.
Jay didn't have a belt, sleeves, wraps.
Was Jay on some Anadrol or Dianabol? No. See, that's, you could look at that as possible factors. Another thing is aromatase inhibitors.
So you think Blaha...
They're not good for strength.
You think Blaha was right about the drugs that he used?
Well, Jay knew that.
Wrong.
Maybe the shoes and such, but, it is what it is. He's on the healing road, so he'll be back, maybe better than ever. And he probably won't make the same mistakes, and he sure helped a lot of people out there at least be in control of what you're doing.
Took one for the team.
Save the maxes for the meats. Because in other words, but if Jay would have had 3 or 4 spotters there, just maybe that way would have been caught up top before that was allowed to happen. But seeing that he had it on the way up, it's hard to say.
It would have happened either way with spotters, I think. The only thing that he wouldn't have fallen over. He probably would have fell over, but not like that.
Random question for you all. Since you guys live in a tropical climate, do you have any concerns about skin cancer? I remember that Big Richard had it on his face, hence the question. Well, Big Richard admitted that when he was younger, he laid out with impunity and never wore sunblock.
And put on tanning oil, all that shit, yeah.
He made some big mistakes when he was younger.
Tanning oil will magnify that.
Yeah.
Plus, you got to look at what you're eating, how hydrated you are. I go out in the sun, but I take in a lot of essential oils, which naturally coat the skin.
You ever put sunblock on the top of your head?
Never. That stuff makes it worse.
Because you do have one growth on your head that's very suspect looking.
It's been like for years.
Has it gotten bigger, discolored?
No.
No?
Life's too short to worry about cancer.
Yeah, I got bigger problems.
Actually, life's too short to worry about anything. Real men take it as they come. It's like you're running the football, there's someone going to tackle you. Someone's going to tackle you. You make the best of it.
So if you get cancer at some point, You don't want to know. You just want to let it run its course and just. That's it.
That depends. I mean, if you could, I think the best thing is to use the mind. If there's really viable treatments, you obviously see a second or third opinion. You know, you don't go, oh, I got to see what my doctor has to say before I make a move. See my doctor.
Why are you putting the mic towards me?
Because you've made that statement more than once.
What do you mean?
As far as different things you're going to do, you got to see what the doctor has to say.
No. If I'm going to take something that I'm not prescribed, I'm going to do it after I get my blood work done. Because it's a 3 to 4 month gap in between. So I don't want anything that I'm going to take that I'm not prescribed to show up in my blood work. You understand? That's why I said that. But you don't fucking listen properly.
So you take everything you're prescribed? I don't.
Yeah.
You said it, yeah. Freudian slip.
Oh, my God. I'm just, okay.
Things I prescribed, I'm basically take this prescription and shove it.
Okay, that's you. Good for you.
I sleep better. Well, I don't sleep better, but
You don't sleep at all.
I can
That's why
sleep.
you're an asshole.
I can sleep better than.
You'd have a better mood if you actually.
Because at least
did
I know I'm
fucking
not a
sleep.
sheep.
It's not being a sheep, Leonard. Don't you understand? If my doctor sees that there's other shit in my blood, they'll stop treating me for what when I go there for.
What kind of a doctor is that?
And I don't want to.
Your doctor's there to serve you.
I like the prescribed testosterone, the pharmacy grade shit, not the fucking black market garbage. That's half of the shit is fucking nonsense. Because I took that T400 that one time, and I get 200 mgs of fucking test, and it's just as good as that T400. So what? I'd rather take shit from the pharmacy than shit off the fucking street. What's the difference? Why would I put other shit in my body when I know I'm going to get my blood work done? So they can just say, you put all this other shit in there, we're not going to treat you for TRT anymore.
What kind of a doctor is that? They work for you.
Okay. There's no talking to you about doctors. You're just a stubborn fuck. And that's fine. Whatever works for you. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care.
I think people should go through a doctor first and get your levels checked. If you got your levels checked, if you gave blood every 2 months like you probably should, I guarantee you would be feeling better.
Doctor worshiper.
I guarantee you'd be feeling better. It's not about worshiping a doctor, stupid. Hey, I'm not... You want to die tomorrow. I don't. I want to live a
I'm
long
never
life.
going to die. I live forever.
Okay.
I'm 18 forever. I live forever.
Okay. You'll be 49 next week. You think you'll see 50?
Again, numbers.
I've been saying it
Cookie
every
cutter
year.
numbers.
I've been wrong every year, though. So I'm going to keep saying it every year. So maybe you'll stay alive.
Life is eternal, Brad. Not by what your doctor decides.
Okay. Now you're going to believe in a false god or, there's an afterlife. And here we go. Are you going to be the karma guy,
I'll believe in that. You can believe in your
doctors. You think what
doctors.
happened to Jay is karma, too? Do you believe that fucking nonsense, too?
See what happens when you die, what your
I don't
doctor's going
remember
to
Jay fucking
let your doctor save
Jay
you.
blowing out anybody's fucking tendons on their knees just because he talked a little
Let your
shit.
doctor save you, Brad.
Okay.
When you see the white light, call on your doctor. See what he does for you.
I won't know the difference. I'll be dead.
Who said you're going to be dead?
You said when you see the white light.
You're not dead.
You're not?
Eternal life, Brad.
Okay. If that's what you believe, Leonard, good for you.
There's eternal life, Brad.
Okay. All right. I hope you're right.
I'm actually talking to this chick right
Who
now,
the fuck wants to live forever anyway?
That's what I was about to say.
and she had a
Is that what your doctor told you? Sorry for interrupting.
It's all right. She had a near-death experience, and ever since she's been depressed because she says she went to afterlife, and it was so great, and this and that, and the fact that she's not there now, and life on Earth is.
She wasn't dead then.
What was the near-death experience? What happened?
She wouldn't go into detail. Who knows?
Probably fucking overdose or something.
No. It's not one of
Nice
them.
and high, and you
Yeah,
think
exactly.
You think you're in a different.
Yeah, right. I can
You
see why
felt
you
that.
think that with the my track record, but no, this one doesn't. Definitely not an overdose. She won't go into it, so it must have been traumatic.
Why wouldn't you go into it?
I don't know. I've only been talking to her a few days. So I'll find out. But I just thought that was pretty crazy. The fact she says she died and it was so great that now she's depressed.
Well, if it was so great, why doesn't she just kill herself and she can go back?
She says she wants
Go
to.
jump off a bridge and you can go right back.
Great. You might want to stop talking to that one.
Yeah.
Why don't you go see Brad's
Yo,
doctor
he's
and find out the real truth from your doctor?
That's right. Go to my doctor.
I just don't understand. If it was so great, kill yourself and
Such a
you
fucking
can.
asshole.
You can
Brad,
go-
do you get on your knees when you go to your doctor?
No, actually, I got a surprise finger up my ass 2 weeks or a month.
Oh
ago.
yeah, they molest you and tell you it's
No,
what
no,
you need.
no,
Yeah.
I got
What
that.
a racket, pedophile racket.
It's once a year they check your prostate, and it was my turn and I didn't know.
That's all it takes,
Yeah.
Brad. One time.
Luckily, I showered before.
One time, and he's doing it every day, getting his
Well,
rocks off.
Brad
and
and
you're
I-
just the next
No,
victim
man, it was very
with
uncomfortable.
the hairy
And
asshole.
she actually has small fingers too.
Well-
She.
She.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
hold on. Brad and I go to the same doctor, and like 2 weeks before he got a finger up his ass, I got one up my ass to check my prostate too. And about an hour before, I didn't realize she was to do that when I went, so I hit the Chinese buffet first, and I didn't know what was going to be on her finger when she pulled it out.
Oh,
And I was
boy.
kind of scared. I'm thinking, oh shit, my stomach's all gurgly and protruding because I'm so full from that slop.
Kung Pao
I
shit.
go first
Yeah.
thing in the morning, so I had nothing in
Not me.
Ugh. I saw stars. It's so uncomfortable. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you enjoy fingers up your ass. I really don't.
Well, not only do they put their finger up your ass, they press on your prostate as well. They kind of swipe their finger through there. They got to make sure there's nothing. The prostate is the right size too. It isn't just the finger up the ass. It's
And they wonder why people get prostate cancer.
because of the finger.
Everything's a racket. Nothing would surprise
That's
me.
bullshit. That's bullshit. Because my dad and my grandfather both had prostate cancer. They both had to have it removed, and they never went to the fucking doctor.
That must be genetically predisposed.
Yeah, that's why I have to get checked. I'm diligent about that shit. So
Brad, you're going to die anyways.
I know
Doesn't
you're
matter.
right,
Like you
but
said,
I'd rather suffer less. If I can catch shit before it happens,
why don't you get a cyanide tablet built into your gums so you can chew that like the Nazis did? Your easy way out before capture.
it's not, what are you talking about? Jesus Christ. Go ahead, go on a rant. I don't even give a fuck.
My doctor. Let me go see what my doctor has to say.
It's like Dale with Cornelius.
Yes, the trainer, yeah.
People would rather listen to Leonard than their doctor.
The Maniacs do.
I think
know.
you're right.
I know.
What's the damn difference? You got
Oh, that's right. That reminded me. This kid messaged me through Snapchat and Instagram asking you. He's like 18 or 19 years old, and he heard you talking about starting a site like Anavar. Do you think that's good for him? I told him not to do it.
No, every cycle should be started with a moderate dosage of Dianabol. Because that's your first cycle, it's your best cycle. Make sure you have at least 2 to 3 good years of heavy training in and somewhat consistent eating of at least 4, preferably 6 meals a day with 2 shakes in there.
I think
Of course, as a teenager, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Anavar is good for teenagers. Helps with the bones. SARMs are good as well. But it seems to me if you want to take it to the next level, get 3 years good training in without it and go on some moderate dosage Dianabol. It's worked for many men, some of the biggest, strongest men ever.
Mad respect to Rob. He's a great addition to this podcast, by the way. Fuck the piss lord. That's someone on Instagram.
All right.
for you.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
So
You can thank his doctor for that.
Rob is Rob. You're invited on here anytime we do this.
Why don't we call you Dr. Rob so Brad could bow down and kiss you? Anyone with a stethoscope on, Brad's like, oh, yes.
The only thing I could prescribe is this white powdery stimulant.
I didn't know
Dr. Rob.
dogs could talk. But keep going.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get you we're gonna have a food bowl and a water bowl over there for Leonard.
Rob Zillah, how comfortable is the brass
Hey,
bed?
protein and water.
Was what?
The brass bed.
What's that?
Jason's brass bed. Where he did the Gunting Goat video.
I didn't. Yeah, I slept on the couch. I don't get it.
You didn't go in his room?
I guess someone
No.
thinks that you slept on his bed.
What are they, nuts?
There was some big stain on his bed in that video he posted today. Did you see that? In the middle of the bed.
I couldn't watch past 4 minutes.
Like a dark
I
discoloration.
don't know how you guys watch any of his stuff after being around him that much.
I don't, unless
can't-
people were messaging me today to watch that new
Right.
CEO video.
Right.
So I looked at it for like
That's
4
what
minutes
happens.
and it's just fucking complete nonsense. He totally fucked that up with Cynthia. He tried to reach out to her to come on, and
Well, normally Cynthia was always receptive. You know, she'd say, "Oh, I'll see what I can do about my schedule." Oh, you know, she would tell me her schedule, and we'd try to work around it. And we tentatively planned to have her on twice, and it didn't work out either time. Then I messaged her 4 days ago, and usually she'll respond within 20 to 30 minutes, and nothing. And that was after Jason said all that shit about her in that video he did with Brad.
I just saw her video with the CVS bag over her head. She's sucking dick through the hole, and then the guy suffocating her with a CVS plastic bag.
What?
And you know what's so funny? I actually have a CVS bag here.
A white one with the red letter.
A white
yeah.
one, and I was gonna, you know.
Great scene. I mean, he
She
was
ever
literally.
came here on the podcast. I
He
thought we
was
got some
slamming
fun
her
with it.
throat with that and suffocating her at the same time. Next time you see her, we should actually do one to hold a CVS bag. Come on.
I don't think we'll ever see her.
Yeah, she's swimming to the shore of Lake Cresva right now. She's doing the doggy paddle to the shore of Lake Cresva.
Hey, it's her loss.
She's fucked. She goes to that kava bar where he goes every day. She goes there every day.
I don't know if he goes there anymore. He hasn't posted a video there in a while.
He goes every.
He does?
Yeah, that's.
And he's so fucking stupid that he'll show his face there after all that shit he said about her.
Yeah.
Not giving a shit. Such an idiot. I almost felt bad filming that. I was. I'm surprised he posted it.
No,
I was just.
And here's what people need to know. Jason has full editing power of all these videos that Brad films. Jason could have edited all that stuff out that he said, and he chose not to. So don't point the finger at Brad when Jason is the one who chose to leave that stuff in the video. No one does his editing now but him. So
I guarantee you she's happy. This gives her a clear reason why.
That's actually a good
Absolutely.
point. That's a good
she's
point.
probably
Yeah.
really
gave
happy.
her an out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she probably got. She's a nice, very nice girl. She got.
That's what
into
Andrew
deep-
Andrew
She's
said.
a
She
nice
was
girl.
very nice.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
that's why I felt bad when he was saying all that shit. You know, it's after saying that she's paid for shit for him. She was nice to him. Actually gave him attention, and he's
Yeah.
gonna go and fucking say that.
I
shit.
knew exactly how it happened.
He's such a dirtbag.
Yeah.
The fucking iron bridge burner. That's what he is.
It's unbelievable.
Like, that could have been a great, potentially long friendship. No.
Yeah, but it wasn't
just
good
like
for
that,
him.
relationship
it wasn't
is
good
severed.
for him either, because he had too much hope that it was going to be more than what it was. So I think it's also good for him not to even have any contact with her. Because when I was with him, he would all the time be like, "She doesn't want kids. What do I do about that?" And he thought it was going to be very, very.
Maybe she doesn't want
Kids with him.
Exactly.
Right,
You
right.
know?
Boy, it smells like Club Paradise in here. I wonder why.
Someone spreading their ass cheeks.
Close.
I still have never been to that place, and it's 3 minutes from me.
You don't want to be.
Actually, I kind of do.
Stand like a sore thumb.
Call-
Text
call
me
next
next
time
time
you
you go. Text me.
All right.
You're really fucking pale too.
Yeah, I know.
Lenny's not so much. Lenny could kind of blend in.
Yeah.
I want to go there wearing a big afro wig.
All right. Any other comments?
Trying to think of what else is going on that we can touch on.
I understand Nick Bosa from Ohio State University, who's a Trump supporter, stopped.
Was he on the cover of the recent ESPN magazine?
Yeah. He stopped showing his support for the president until the draft is over. Do you believe? I can't believe what I'm hearing. You're looked at negatively because you like a president? To me,
yeah, I heard about that.
that is unbelievable.
Yeah, he took all political tweets off his Twitter. He deleted all of his pro-Trump tweets.
I mean, what country are we in,
Yeah.
for God's sake?
When is the draft? Isn't the draft soon?
Next week. Next weekend.
Yeah. Can't wait to see how bad the Dolphins fuck it up.
Where do they
every
pick?
goddamn
What pick?
who? It doesn't fucking matter.
And then Rashard Mendenhall, our old running back, saying Big Ben's a racist.
Well, he backtracked after he said that.
Yeah.
What made him say that?
Who that? Well, with those, they always say that. That's what they all say. When there's something that they don't like, start throwing the R word around. Well, that's got to stop.
It'll never stop.
Yes, it will.
That's the card.
It'll stop.
When?
It'll stop.
When we're the minority?
It'll stop.
Okay. Racism will stop?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think about Nipsey Russell's funeral?
Par for the course.
There was a shooting at the funeral procession.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, the funeral or like a block away. It got shot up. I think one person died. 4 people got shot. Something like that.
I never heard of this fucking guy until he got killed. Same with the other guy. The other ex-guy that was down in Deerfield.
I never heard of any of them.
I never heard. He was.
But they all have the same characteristics. A dope smoking, tattooed, useless freak that is admired by all the other useless, tattooed, dope smoking, parasitic freaks that are prone to cookie cutters pulling out a gun and shooting them for jealousy or notoriety or a combination of both. And then they say the almighty Crips are going to put a hit on them. Like, who are they and what kind of power do they possess? Just like with the Hells Angels and all those other groups protected by the ACLU, when all you need is a good police force, and we'll show the kind of cowards those groups are. Said it before and I'll say it again.
You're a feisty. You're ready to go fight tonight, aren't you?
Fight who?
I don't know.
Fight who? The trigger happy again. The trigger happy freaks. That's like I told the guy. There's a metal detector in here. You're gonna kill me? Got right up in his face. And I continued to talk to his wife the rest of the night. I mean, I call the Crips.
What did she? So she didn't get up and move away from you. She just.
She fucking loved it. She comes in wearing a Jaguar mini skirt, bending over. Looks like she's bottomless because the thong's so far up her big ass. I mean, come on. Once I go like this, it's over. Game over.
Lenny's showing the teeth.
Game over.
You need to get a diamond grill, Leonard.
Yeah, there's.
It'd really be game
Oh
over.
man, I still see them. I remember Jason was going to get one.
He did.
He has them.
Yeah.
A grill,
Yeah.
tattoos, and a cloud of marijuana smoke. And a shirt with a chain on it. Miami Hurricanes. That's all you need. Pull your pants down. Have your ass hanging out. And here comes the money.
Somebody said, is Brad purposely trying to look like CM Punk?
Better off looking like him. At least he has some balls.
Nothing wrong with that.
CM.
Brad, we can call CM Puke. When are you texting your physician, Brad?
Yeah. No.
For advice on what do? You have a bellyache? He's on call.
Oh, here we go. That's all right, Mr. Fucking Macho Man. I can't go see a doctor. Doctors are gonna kill me.
See him for what? Does he have a big ass and tits? And he's packing heat? Then I'll go see her. Maybe I ought to see your doctor sticking her hand up your butt. Wonder what she looks like.
She looks like Harry Potter a little bit. Right, Brad?
Yeah, she's a total nerd.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Just a total nerd.
Yeah.
Like the definition of a nerd. She's very nice, though. You can't get mad at, Always very happy and
Yeah, like she looks like one of the Omega moves from Revenge of the Nerds, kind of like that, just real nerdy.
But she's skinny and tall.
Yeah,
Not
as long as she's
So's Nippy Hustle.
nippy us.
as long as she's competent, that's all I care about.
exactly.
Give a shit.
And thorough.
Well, I guess you leave that place with
She-
a great peace of mind. That's
she-
all that matters to me.
That's right.
And the maniacs
That's
to
right.
have this nerd.
She started getting on my case the last time I saw her because she was telling me, "You're going to be 50 soon. You're going to have to get a colonoscopy." I'm like, "No, I'm good." You're going to have to, like, she's trying to tell me, like, I have to get a colonoscopy. You know, when I turn 50.
Well, you don't think you will?
I'm not getting a fucking colonoscopy.
How come? I feel
I don't want one. Colon cancer doesn't run in my family. I'm good. I'll pass.
I would say underlying cause of colon cancer is dehydration, not taking enough water. That's where it starts. That's where a lot of diseases start. It's very simple. I don't need to go to a doctor to tell me that.
Good for you.
It's just, it's not nothing, you can go, but it sort of scares me when people, I got to go talk to my lawyer or my priest or my doctor or this and that for the ultimate guidance.
You clearly
Or-
don't listen properly, but that's all right. You're just like the rest of these
O'Toole. I gotta
fucking
see
idiots.
O'Toole.
Just like the rest of these idiots.
For my training advice.
Do you think he saw the video?
I hope he did.
Yeah.
You Down syndrome lookalike freak.
What? Who?
O'Toole.
You think he looks like? You think he?
You think he looks like he's got Down syndrome?
Oh god.
Yes, he does.
Leonard's just
He's got a slight
Leonard's just
bit-
jealous of a guy
I mean,
that's
if he
10
has
years older
off
than
him,
him that can actually lift
For a guy
properly.
that's slightly retarded, he does pretty good
Yeah,
for
but
himself.
what's the
This goes to show how these, he never let it get to him. There's no reason to go out and worship him, but, he shows that, he can go with his,
Yeah, he just proves
He can match-
Jason's point. Disabilities don't mean shit.
yeah. Mr. Special Olympic powerlifter O'Toole.
He's next to tear both of his quads.
Yeah, why does he squat every single day?
Because he's
I
retarded.
don't get that. What's the point? I mean, far be it from me to question how anyone lifts.
Fill a void in
a
his
fu-
life, maybe?
I'm an injured ectomorph. I just don't get why
Andrew
he
got
squats
injured-
400
Andrew got
pounds every fucking day.
Andrew got injured and he doesn't lift any heavy weight, uses good form, and you got hurt. So I mean, what the fuck? Anybody?
Well, that was a
Right.
concentration issue by some jackass. We all know that he did that. He's a major contributing factor. He's done it to me. But you don't talk, and me and Rob actually did it once.
yeah,
You don't
yeah.
talk during a set.
Yeah.
Well, he
You
does.
don't talk during a set. People used to come up and talk to Kalora.
That was a set
when he
where
was
it
ripping.
happened.
I used to get pissed off. Don't talk to someone during a set.
Well, last couple videos he did with you, he was talking through your entire set with the camera in
Yeah.
your fucking face.
Nuts.
And you didn't say nothing. You didn't say a word. You looked pissed in that one video.
I said something to him. Remember that day? I was telling him, shut up.
Well, you told me you wanted to talk to your doctor first for permission.
I don't have a doctor. I don't even have insurance down
What?
here. Yeah.
You better get one.
I know, yeah.
Oh my God, you're gonna die.
Come to our doctor. You can get a finger up your ass.
A tune-up, right?
You're better off putting your tongue up some girl's ass.
Tell her her name after the podcast.
Yeah, I don't even know her name yet.
Well, she's actually just the NP who works for the doctor.
Yes, doctors, assistants, and nurse practitioners.
Right.
Even better. Pay big money to get their opinion. You listen to them too, Brad? Physician's
it's not
assistant,
about-
PAs, and
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend was going to be a PA, and that's what made me lose all respect for them. Because once you know one personally, it's like she's a dumbass. But
Yeah.
you put a white coat on, and people believe what
you
she's
got attorneys, you got paralegals. I mean, what is this? You get in church, you have a priest, and you have a deacon. Just a watered-down version of the same bullshit.
It's like a whacking hut to a cop.
There you go. Just like a postal worker to UPS worker. In fact, you guys are so down on the list, I think DSL's ahead of you.
I don't even think DHL's in business.
Like a Ruby competitor to the Olympia.
Yeah, there you go.
Unless you got a Ruby competitor that's bigger than every Mr. Olympia.
Would you want to go back again this year to the Olympia?
I want to go back to the Las Vegas Lounge, but
No interest in going to the Olympia Expo.
the highlight of that was probably Robert Frank and Dr.
Dr. Tony Huge.
For me, it was seeing Ennis Cantor there.
Never heard of her.
Center for the he at the time he was on the Knicks, and now he's on the Portland Trailblazers.
Wasn't that
Do you
one of...
Do you remember that? Lou went up to me, goes, "Holy shit, that guy is tall." I go, "Who?" I go, "Fuck!" I go, "That's Ennis Cantor from the Knicks." So I went up to him, shook his hand, I got a picture. He was really nice.
Huh.
He's from Turkey.
Oh, what the fuck he was
Wasn't
doing
that
there?
one of Johnny Fitness's bodyguards I was referring to?
No. Ennis Cantor's white. He's Turkish. His bodyguards looked like Oliver Miller. You remember who that was?
No.
Fat ass who played for the Phoenix Suns. Or Robert Tractor Trailer.
Yeah, I have a doctor, Dr. Tony Hughes, if I were to admit it. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, if he was here and he could do blood work, I'd go to him too.
Blood work. What's that going to do for you?
All right, we'll see.
You've mentioned blood work a lot in the past.
We'll see, Leonard.
My blood work. Look at my blood work. What are you, an O'Toole compare blood work readings? Let me see your blood work.
Yeah.
Next time somebody says to me, I'm going to blow some snotty boogers on them. That's my blood work. Get my blood work done. My blood work. My blood work.
I know dogs don't need to get their blood done. Ooh, classy person.
They got to Photoshop your face on Kiara.
Ooh.
I know Dale Chance's blood work is vitamin D3 deficient because he's always in the climate-controlled hunting pod.
There you go.
Yeah.
Always goes back to Dale.
Then I'm going back to a doctor.
Oh my God.
Oh.
That's all right. You can criticize me for going to a doctor.
Who's criticizing you? We're just stating a fact.
That's okay. Say what you want. I do what I want, and you do what you want, Leonard.
Yes, I'm not insecure.
Man, neither am I.
Watch Lenny outlive all of us.
No, he probably will. Probably
Well, your
will.
doctor is going to commit euthanasia on 90% of you. You don't realize what you're in for. Once that insurance stops, goodbye. And they'll have the power to do it, to sign off on it. Guarantee it. Keep putting faith in them. See what happens. They're old. It's overpopulated. Put him out of his misery.
Don't listen to
There's a
doctors.
clause in that in Obamacare. There's 1,200 pages in it.
Did you read
That gives
all?
them the power.
You still have that? Do you still have that Obamacare?
Most of it's still in effect, no matter what people are led to believe.
Yeah, they can't refuse service.
Some
Or
service. Get yourself euthanized.
No, I'm saying when you get hospitalized, they can't say, "Nah, he doesn't have insurance. We get him out of
There are
here."
ways they're going to work around that. It's not going to be good.
You think so?
I don't think. I know.
Question to all: how do you deal with gaslighting in a relationship in everyday life? What does that mean?
What?
Gaslighting.
Ask your doctor.
Hold on.
Yeah, this is Big Lenny's hair. Go ask your doctor.
Hold on. Now I want to know. I'm going to Google.
How do you deal with gaslighting? I don't know what that means.
When Brad lights his farts.
Sitting around with the skater boys. Playing farts.
You've lit your fart before, Admit it.
Jealousy will
I've
get you
never done that.
nowhere.
Would you light
Hold on.
Jealousy will get you nowhere, fellas. Keep it up.
Manipulation by someone. Hold on. Manipulation by psychological means into questioning their own sanity.
What?
That's what the doctors do.
Is used to describe abusive behavior specifically when an abuser manipulates information in such a way as to make a victim question his own sanity. You know, Jason's done that to me for about 10 years.
If your relationship is going in this far with these
Goodbye.
complicated terms, yeah, goodbye. This is
Right.
It's that simple.
Leave.
My 3 favorite words. There's the door.
Brad's 3 favorite words. There's my blood work.
There's
Three
my
favorite rooms.
there's
Brad, room 2.
There's my pipe.
Step on scale. No, you know, Brad loves it when they have to give him the extra large cuff for the blood pressure.
You get up in size
yeah.
with the 18-inch arms.
Yeah. They do. They have to use the big one.
Are you off doctor prescribed TRT, Bradford? Because we're going to cut off your prescription for that.
You're such a fucking jerk off. It's all right.
It's all right. Freudian slip.
I wonder how big that dog bed is for you over there.
Oh, my God, that's all right. That's all right.
Lapdog Leonard. Watch out.
That's all right.
What's the doctor got to say about putting ink all over your body?
Hey, my blood work is good, so it's not a good idea.
They say everything ink goes into your blood, so.
Who gives a fuck?
You have any tattoos, Rob?
No,
Would you ever get one?
probably not. I changed my mind too much to. I don't know. I know I'll get something and regret it.
Big Lenny, what's your thought on strongman competitions, and have you ever thought of competing in it?
It's great. I cannot compete. I'm not going to, too many fist glitches, but a little too much
In
on
the past, though.
Yeah.
When you weren't injured. Or,
But some of the events are too endurance oriented. When you're over 300 pounds, keep that out of it. Should be about strength. Actually, my biggest thing was going to different gyms across the country and having gym lift competitions where they have a lat pull down with, say, 300 pounds, and who does the most reps in a reasonably judged form. Or load up a squat bar with, say, 500 pounds, and who does the most reps with a legitimately judged. I mean, not too strict, but that would be one to see. I think as everybody does the gym lifts, that would be a winner.
That's like NFL Combine style a little bit.
Yeah,
They
well,
put up
that's too many reps
225.
on that. What's 225 going to do? Most linemen get 20, 30 reps. That's not a test of strength. It should be 315. Or maybe 225 for the wide receivers, 275 for linebackers, running backs, fullbacks, tight ends.
you'd have to break it down into each person's weight.
Yes,
Size.
I mean,
Yeah.
what's 225? What's a football play? That's 3 to 5 seconds total. 25 reps takes about 20 seconds or more. There's no football plays taking 20 seconds, unless it's the immaculate reception or something like that.
I find Lenny's Chris from Chris F93. I find Lenny's advice to be spot on. So I was wondering if he has any tips / ways to improve on the flat bench press.
Just work it with good form. Study the techniques online. Go in the gym and do it. Stay away from 1 rep maxes.
Get a slingshot.
Stay away from the gimmicky stuff. Stay with slingshots, the negative reps, things like that. The cambered bench press bars, the board presses. Those are all advanced techniques when you're at your limit and trying to get every little extra pound after that. And of course, start young and start with good technique. And obviously, that good technique includes a good diet and proper sleeping. Balance your life. A certain time to study, certain times to eat consistent, certain times to sleep, and a certain times to go out and
Why don't you follow
look
that
for
advice?
girls. Well, if I did, I wouldn't be here.
If you followed your own advice?
If I followed my father's advice and my own advice, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be sitting at this table.
Where would you be?
Probably at a board of directors meeting or some such thing like that.
No kidding.
Or on my private jets.
You tell people not to listen to their parents, but you're saying that you
What are
should
their
have
parents
listened.
telling you?
Well, you should have listened.
What
to
are the
your
most of the parents telling when they go to the soccer games? It's
you don't make
okay. As long as you're having fun, as long as you're playing, you're going to get a trophy. That's what most of the parents sad to say are saying these days. And they're dead wrong.
So that's why you're telling them not to listen to their parents, but you should have listened to yours.
Well, my father, for sure.
Okay, so
He grew up without a father. He grew up getting his stuff thrown on the street every other month in the town of Oakmont, which is embarrassing. He grew up with a government cheese and government butter. Coming home and, your rotten furniture sitting on the front in the fucking rainstorm. He saw those rich Oakmont kids driving their 57 Chevys up to football practice, and he had to walk up that hill with his helmet and shoulder pads and his book bag.
in the snow.
While he was a sophomore. Not in the snow, but in the rain or up that hill, up those hills. While the seniors over would throw something at him, but go back,
So that
get
made
him
him-
in football practice.
that made him
Get him
tougher.
on that field. Yeah. For him, anyway. For being laughed at when he was younger. And then when he gets big, everyone wants to be your friend. You're getting rides everywhere. It's amazing how you kick somebody's ass and then they're kissing your ass. Works wonders. And it worked for me.
Until
He
you
told me as a young age, anyone who fucks with you, you punch him in the nose as hard as you can. I did that 3 times. And these kids kissed my ass the rest of the time I was up there for the whole time. And I'll name names. Jim Pottinger. Pat Luabo, I punched him in the face. Somebody else. But Jim Pottinger, he's school teacher at one of the top schools up there.
You still in contact with him?
No, I heard he had a little problem. They found him drunk on the football field in his car. But probably from that punch in the face I gave him.
What'd he do to you?
Put a fucking Tootsie Roll on my seat while I sat down in it.
Like a melted one?
Yeah, well, melted when my ass was on it.
That's humiliating, but jerking off in front of 15 girls under the stairway isn't. All right.
It was the time of my
That's
life.
an honor.
The time of my life, because some of those girls had never seen hard dick before. Maybe the little baby dicks when they're babysitting the neighbors. That big hard
Oh
dick.
my God.
And I was the go-to guy for any girl. Can I see your dick? Let's go. And I'd get erect.
Erect.
And I remember one family in Verona, Pennsylvania, who the girls were 13, I was 18. I'm in their living room. The parents are in the kitchen eating. And I pulled it out because the girls asked me to. And I guess their little 8-year-old brother was in the room, saw it. Went and told the parents. And the mother came out, the father came out while I was still in the living room and said to me, "We don't mind you showing the girls, but not in front of our son." I said, "Okay. You don't mind me showing the 13-year-old girls." Unbelievable. And of course, the father was he was a real brilliant guy. He said, "Oh, WWF wrestling is fake, but the NWA is real." That's another brilliant statement coming out of that household.
The what is real?
NWA. This is back in the 80s. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, wrestling's real.
Oh, I gotcha.
Those guys do take a beating, even though it's all scripted and choreographed. They
Oh,
still
yeah.
fucking.
They take a more beating because they got to prolong it. The real fights, they're one and done.
Did you watch WrestleMania?
No.
You do?
No.
You
I
got-
watched the highlights that McLeod posted.
McLeod watched it.
I can't get into that shit. They said there's a lot of. I saw somebody. He might have posted it that all these people are leaving the WWE.
Well, Vince, I think, is so concentrated on that XFL. He saw that other football league go down. He really thinks it's going to make a big.
Did you see that
Dent.
article about wrestlers all being private contractors?
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
You saw that?
You work, you get paid. You don't work, you're fucked. And that's how Vince keeps it.
And if you branch off and do a movie or something, he's going to get a cut out of that too.
Oh, yeah. Some guys are going to get very rich, but most are going to get fucked.
You think that's why they're starting to leave?
Yeah, but
Because
what
that
are you
shit
going to
came
do
to
about
light,
it?
yeah.
What are you going to
They
do
have
about
another
it?
option now with this new one starting up, and the owner of that has way more money than Vince. He's giving wrestlers blank checks.
No shit.
Yeah.
What organization is that?
Not all blank ones. It's called AEW.
It's not what you went to see with McLeod
No.
down there in Miami?
No, he went to see Ring of Honor. Similar, like the main guys of that are like some of the main guys starting out of this one, but this guy Tony Khan is starting it. Apparently, like his business makes billions every year. He's got way more money than Vince, and yeah,
he needs to spend some money.
huh? Yeah, it's nothing to him. And they, from what it sounds like, it's going to be a lot more interesting. They're going to make like every match matter. Like the wrestlers will have a record, like a sports thing.
Dumb idea.
Yeah, it's an alternative. People aren't going to stop watching WWE, but
Lift the drug test. Get them off tier. Get freaks in the ring. Like the 90s.
Why they have drug tests in the WWE now?
You can only
Yeah.
get TRT.
Really?
You don't see any freaks there.
if you have a prescription for testosterone, you can do it, and they don't. I guess like the test doesn't cover HGH, so a lot of the wrestlers will do TRT with HGH. But the part-timers, they don't get tested. So that's how like the Brock Lesnar's, Undertaker, Triple H, all those guys who are under part-time contracts, like that's the loophole for them. They can pretty much
Get the fuck out of here.
yeah. But I can't imagine that they would be doing much. But they're making so much money with the diet and supplements that they get. You know, they probably don't need much. You know, and the HGH, they're getting the real shit.
Interesting.
I think UFC allowed TRT at one point too. I
Sure,
don't know
they
if
sure
it's-
did.
Yeah.
Alistair Overeem, fucking Vitor Belfort. Look at them when they were allowed to do it.
Because how can you? I don't know. How can you test and say like, oh, that's levels too high of testosterone? And I don't know how that works.
What did Dillashaw get popped for?
EPO. It enhances your endurance.
So is he going to be out for 2 years?
Yeah.
He got a 2 years. Yeah,
It's like blood doping, similar to what Lance Armstrong did.
I'm sure Leonard.
He's getting killed. He's getting beat up by everybody about that shit. Called a cheater.
Oh yeah.
Matt Serra went in dry on him.
No shit.
Yeah.
EPO. You know what that is, Leonard?
Yes, it's used to combat anemia. It builds up the red blood cells. It's used in cycling, endurance sports, and bodybuilders use it to increase their red blood cells, which if it isn't high enough from the anabolics and testosterone,
He
can be
claims
very dangerous.
he claims he wasn't on it though when he beat Cody Garbrandt.
Of course.
Yeah.
He hates that fucking
Yeah.
guy.
Actually, no. I take that back. The test came back negative, so it's confirmed he wasn't on it.
I would try if I may try EPO one day. It might be a death sentence, but
Oh, so that's perfect.
yeah, I say that's about a lot of other things. You don't know till you try.
So you never did the EPO then? I
No.
thought you might have.
Some say, why do it?
That's for endurance, right?
Yes, but it can. When you build up your red blood cells, you get massive muscles too. They say that the biggest bodybuilders are using that. But then again, you're taking testosterone and Adderall. Your red blood's going to be through the roof as it is. According to Dave Palumbo, he says it's pretty much useless and dangerous.
So you're gonna go by his program now, Palumbo's? What were you talking to me about
I'm
the
just
other
saying,
day?
getting back to
Your training split, all that.
yeah, it's getting back to the tried and proven methods. Instead of trying to reach out and be bigger than anybody, let's just go back to the tried and proven, no experimental techniques right now.
So what exactly are you doing?
Well, change up the training a little bit, lower the dosages, make sure the meals are spot on. It's the keys to meals. You know, again, you don't have the raw material, the building blocks, you're not going to grow.
But sleep
you can inject
too.
as much as you want, of course.
How many hours of that are you getting a day?
Not enough, but then again, found out through research, a lot of the big guys, Branch Warren and Ronnie Coleman get about 5 or 6 hours are the most they're biggest, so it's a relative thing.
No shit.
It's probably where GHB might come in, where you're getting that deep REM sleep, which is what counts. Which 3 or 4 hours of that's been proven scientifically to be better than an 8-hour sleep without it. And a lot of guys, actors, whatever, people on the go, use that so they can sleep 3 hours and feel better.
It's true. It works. That the G sleep.
Yeah, you can get
That's
it
excellent.
through Delray Pharmaceutical Xyrem from Jazz Laboratories. You have to have a narcolepsy diagnosis and sleep disorder diagnosis, but
What's it called?
Xyrem with an X, Xyrem.
It's crazy expensive, right?
Very expensive. Insurance may not cover it. It may have changed a little bit, but
She used to say, that's for narcolepsy, you said?
yes, daytime sleepiness. And I was prescribed it. When I called the special pharmaceutical house, the only one that does it, you just can't go to CVS. You got to call this number. Then they tell me insurance won't pay for it, and you got to pay yearly costs like $15,000.
Get the fuck out of here.
Of course, you're using a large amount of it every night to sleep. That's sort of a drawback.
15,000 for how much?
365 days.
Holy shit.
But
So
it-
they had the money though.
over
I bet
1,000
it
that
guarantees
was
it's
7
worth
years
it.
ago. It probably is.
I'll stick with the green shit.
Yeah, right?
If you're, an executive, or
cabbage works.
someone who,
Yeah.
Or eat a fucking edible.
Nah.
An edible what?
Marijuana.
Here we go. 420.
Yeah, that's right.
Something about that Manowar that's sinister, and I'm slowly making the discovery.
Something about the man of
The
war.
mind control aspects to it, the lack of motivation, the type of people that seem to want to indulge for the, not saying all of them, most of them.
And what? Pot smoking?
A demotivated type of, entitled type of, not all, but most.
You don't even smoke, and you're less motivated than anybody. You don't want to do shit.
Motivated to what? Go out and play golf? Go to a doctor's appointment?
Come do a podcast.
Here I am.
It's like pulling teeth to get you out. I got to take my nap. He's like a little baby.
It's like
that
pulling
needs
teeth
their
to
if
get
he
you out of
doesn't-
that doctor's office.
If he doesn't have his afternoon nap, he's like a little
Matter of
fucking
fact,
kid.
pulling teeth, that's a Freudian slip. Everything has to do with the damn doctor with you.
Well, you're making this shit up. I never said that. The doctor doesn't dictate my life. I dictate my life. I choose to go to the doctor for my own health and my own fucking.
You're
my health.
trusting your health into a
Yes,
doctor?
yes.
How many times did he tell you how much water to drink? How many times did he tell you to eat per day? Did he ever tell you what to eat? What to do? How to lift weights? How to get the best sleep? Never.
How do you know?
Ever. He never told you that. They don't do that because they're not going to get paid to do that. He gives you the scripts, though, and the blood work, and all that's coming back to him in a monetary amount. Fall for the scam again, Brad.
All right. Well, if it wasn't for those doctors, you wouldn't have had that job for 28 fucking years. Now, would you? Would there
would
be
have
a
another
hospital?
job.
Yeah. Okay.
Was it for those cookie cutters, you would have a postal job, which you're not because they're going to replace you with a robot. Tell her to go fuck yourself.
Oh well. When it happens, it happens.
And what's your union going to do for you then when they're out on the fucking street?
We'll see. Are we going to go into this? Do you want to talk about job stability now? Who's the one that should be worried the most here?
You.
Okay.
Who's going to get a $37 an hour job with those kind of benefits when they're automated within 5 years?
You think within 5 years there's going to be
Absolutely.
robots delivering the mail?
Walmart, fast food, they're going to be
Now you sound like
kiosks.
Jason. Did you tell this shit to Jason before? He went on one of these rants a little while ago about this. It was in a video. He was talking about, robots taking over everything.
There's not going to be any physical mail per se. It's going to be all online
Automated.
mail.
Depends on
And
whether.
anything else we deliver by Amazon.com because they're going to beat you guys out.
They're
not gonna be able to
they're
match
doing
their
a
prices.
They're doing a shitty job.
But they're surviving.
Since
and
they
they're
got
growing.
their own trucks, you should see these fuckers. They'll throw the package in the lawn.
And you know why?
They'll throw it in your driveway instead of
Because
walking
they're
up to your
paying
fucking door.
a fraction of what you get paid. That's why your guys are going to go out.
We'll see.
I
I hope you're wrong.
Well,
You could be right, though.
I'm just referring to what the research I've done.
Imagine a bunch of robots with tattoos and beards. That'd be great.
Yeah, that don't call sick, that show up on time, that aren't at CVS pharmacy you're supposed to be delivering, or unless you're delivering there, or taking breaks under trees
I'm entitled to take a break, Leonard.
at CVS. Unscheduled breaks.
Sure, why not?
That's how you guys are going to in turn beat Amazon.
How is
Why do you think they're
ro-
letting all these third worlders over here for? They'll take the cheap jobs. No one's saying anything. Oh, I'm against Trump. Well, he's the only one that's going to save your ass, putting up a wall.
Okay. Get rid of all the illegals and see how much work doesn't get
See how
done.
many jobs open up with higher pay.
You think so?
Absolutely. It's supply and demand. Why do you think all those immigrants were treated like shit when they came? Because it made everybody else suffer. And here we're letting the floodgates in, and those people, every one of those people letting in work for nothing.
That's been going on forever.
Well, that's why our lifestyle sucks. It's worse than our grandparents.
You think so?
I know. They retired at 65. Pretty much every job. And some of them were just from when the husband worked and the mother never worked in her life. And their home was paid off well before retirement. And they were going on vacations. Who does that now?
Well, there's a lot more people now.
A lot more third worlders. Tons of them.
You think that's the reason?
And they're multiplying. It's obvious. That's been going on the last 30 years. Look at all these third worlders in Delray Beach. They own the freaking place. 10, 15 people in a house. You can't compete with that.
Plus
they all got new cars.
Plus the pay scale.
Plus they're
all
getting
fucked up.
tax rebates for you, but for them, they thrive on that.
You
They
look
get
at
the
the
big-
you look at the price. You look at the minimum wage now, and what a cost of a new car costs, and then look at minimum wage in the 70s and what a new car costs. There's a big difference.
Minimum wage now is a joke. There shouldn't be a minimum wage. If they raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, companies are going to cut people. Prices are going to go up, and what's the point? That's. Oh, by the way, Brad, are you going to feel the burn in 2020? You feeling the burn already?
What burn?
Heard he's coming back. You feeling the burn?
Well, Trump will be.
Feel him then. He
Trump-
wants to raise the minimum wage. Oh, what a great man!
Trump will
Everyone,
be-
you
if
lose
Ber-
their
if-
job, and up go the prices.
If Bernie runs,
Feel the burn.
If Bernie or Hillary runs, Trump will be president again.
Trump. No one's beating Trump.
Yeah,
Which one of those losers is going to beat Donald Trump? None of them. None of them stand a chance. Thank God.
Well,
Who? Elizabeth Warren?
he's not going to be the president forever. So
Hopefully, it goes from Trump right to Ron DeSantis.
you think so?
Unless drastic changes are made now, like even Mark said, 10, 20 years down the road, we're still around. It's not going to be pretty. There's not going to be retirement as you'd think it would be. Not a chance.
They've been saying that forever.
Well, I've seen the results. Look at Delray in the last 20 years. I've been here the last 20 years. Look who you see at all the fast food restaurants, all the grocery stores, everywhere. Your buddies from the Caribbean, our buddies.
You love that.
The women.
Yeah, and the men.
Like when they're in the 90s, because they do special favors for you to get ahead. Just think how many in Derry they're going to be in 20 years. They'll be here. They will be in this neighborhood. I guarantee it. All over. This will all look like Delray Lucaya or that Rainberry Woods.
Section
They'll be out here sitting out there, whatever, throwing shit at your car, breaking in your car all night. Have to worry about. Yeah, that's what you're going to get. If we're still here, trust me on that.
What do you think, Rob Zillah? You're speechless.
He's ready to kill himself the other day. What did you text me? Finding a way to kill myself.
Yeah, I don't know. But what do you suggest needs to be done? What would you do? Move out of the country?
Well, our president said, you got to stop that immigration immediately. He said, find out who the hell we have in this country. He says, we don't even know their background or their intentions. He says, get the cream of the crop coming in here as a majority. Like he said, where are all the Swedish immigrants? They're put down the list. Who's coming in first?
Look how hard it is
The ragheads.
Look how hard it is for Livia to get
The Latin Americans.
over here.
Right. The Caribbeans pouring over this. Like I said, you're going to see them sitting outside your house. Whatever kind of shit they listen to then, and look in your house.
What is that law down here? What's it called when they foot to sand or something?
When they do what?
When they come over off the boat and they get onto land, they can stay. What is that? What's that term?
Asylum?
No. There's a term they
I
use.
know what you're saying.
You know what I'm
It's off
talking
the
about.
top,
But that's only certain countries.
I think
allow
that
it.
only applies to Cubans, not Haitians.
Wet
if I'm
foot,
not
dry
mistaken.
foots.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Explain it to him, Leonard.
Well, we're allowing people that were legitimately politically persecuted, such as Cubans. But then, they legitimately had turmoil in Haiti, and Haitians were coming over on the same premise, and they were denied. And, of course, they cried discrimination, and Obama made it easier for them to come in. And they came in droves, particularly with that so-called earthquake, which is nothing but piss-poor architectural procedures as their excuse to come over here in droves. You see them on CNN, oh, Jay-Z crying out to Jesus as they're being buried in rubble.
I don't watch the local news much anymore.
I don't watch it at all.
But on the local news, it used at least, I don't know, once or twice a month you would see a report of a boat washed up on shore,
Well, getting back to the 420 day, which is also Adolf Hitler's birthday, what did the Nazis do? First of all, they fought inflation. The Weimar Republic was a government in there before them. It was cheaper to burn the money than to buy firewood. It's like in certain countries in Africa. You got to pay millions of dollars in cash to buy a loaf of bread. Inflation went through the roof.
What?
Immigration was through the roof. There were communists all over the country. And they went back to German-born shop ownership. And they scapegoated the Jews because a lot of them were in the Communist Party. A lot of them were. So their rights were taken away by a national law. A lot of them immigrated out of there, but a lot of them were refused by England and by the United States. And he removed from society. And he also removed the mentally ill, gypsies, a lot of Catholics, a lot of the clergy, and a lot of the mentally ill were taken out. And he built up the military, and the economy went through the roof. Biggest unprecedented growth in history. And then he went after the Russians. He went through Poland. And he did the same thing. When they went through Poland, they took out all their undesirables that they thought, and they put them in internment camps. But this country's beyond that, far beyond who they let in. Not even close. I mean, when you got 20 people living in a house and they're all sue happy, not good. Not good at all. And all these developments in here, like I said, within 10 years, they'll be, because the way they multiply, they'll be living there. I guarantee it. And it's not going to be a pretty sight. If you go to Rainberry Woods, check it out.
Yeah, you're right.
I'd rather go through a black American ghetto than a Haitian ghetto any day. Little Haiti, trust me.
You go to Little Haiti in Miami.
Because they've taken over those black neighborhoods.
Have you been to Little Haiti in Miami?
I was in Overtown years ago. I actually got cornered there. Some of our hookers, and I got stuck in a back backyard, and it was like by a canal, and so here comes 50 niggers. I'm like, oh shit, they knew where the fuck I was going.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know how I got back on the road. It wasn't an accident either. It happened, and I went on. I finally got back on the road.
You just followed the canal.
So, yeah.
Did you have to jump a fence?
Almost went to the canal. Who would you rather go in the canal with, the gators or the niggers?
Oh, my fucking God. Jesus Christ.
It's very depressing, and I'm telling the truth. It's not hard to figure out. Why do you think Trump does this?
What
You think he wants that? It's going to hurt him, too. Sure, he puts his own family and stuff first, but he, obviously thinks about who's working for him and what type of country this is turning into. It's beyond belief. And people let it happen because they're placated. Placated with the porn, with the internet, with their entertainment, with their 420. See what that 420 day will be like in 20 years. I've seen the kids. I've seen the white kids going to those 4 segregated schools, walking around scared to death while these 200-pound porch monkeys are beating them up all day. I've seen the videos.
Did you hear the story today about the African immigrant who was wearing a MAGA hat and got the shit kicked out of him by 2 black dudes?
That's real nice.
Yeah.
Can't even express a political view. Real nice. That's just like Nazi Germany on the flip side. It's a parallel to that. Because the National Socialists were beating up the Communists and nobody said anything. Now the fucking I don't know whats are beating up the good Americans. I admire black people that come out and say in front of other blacks they vote for Trump. They all have common sense, every one of them. And there's a lot of them. And some of them have enough guts to say so.
What do you think about Kanye?
He has enough guts to see what's right.
Here, 2 men have been arrested for allegedly harassing, assaulting, and robbing a man who was wearing a red Make America Great Again hat in Maryland. Javon Crawford and Scott Duncan Roberson are facing robbery and assault charges for an April 13th incident that occurred in Germantown, police said in a Monday release. They allegedly approached the victim and began harassing him about the hat, which was popularized by Donald Trump. The victim told Crawford and Roberson he was entitled to his own views and kept walking away. The 2 men are accused of striking the victim until he fell to the ground and demanding that he take off the hat. Police say the men then removed property from the victim and destroyed items.
Just like with Nick Bosa. Can't even express his support for Donald Trump, who's the current president. Someone has an Obama shirt on, I'm gonna go beat him up? You kidding me? I've never heard anybody getting beat up for wearing an Obama shirt ever.
Aesthetic Golf 23. Lenny, do you still eat raw eggs for the eggshell membrane? Do you know that video was on people were tagging me in that. What your video? The video of you eating the raw egg went on a few
meme channels,
Facebook and Instagram.
Well, I hope a lot of 10s and tans see it and want to stick something else raw in my mouth.
That's great.
See, that's why I can never get mad at anything you say, because you suck.
That's a Freudian slip, Brad.
You suck tranny
cock. That's a Freudian slip.
So anything you can
when
take,
you say that, Brad,
grain of salt.
That means you are mad.
No, I'm not mad.
That is a classic Freudian slip. Who are you dealing with here? That's like me saying, Rob Zillah, I don't get mad when you say that to me. For me, saying that means, yes, you are mad, Brad.
No, I see how you try to get a rise out of me. Which
how? What do you mean a rise? An erection? You do when you look at tranny porn. What other you're referring to is a Freudian slip on yourself. That's what you think, Brad. But Brad, please. You're self-incriminating yourself.
Oh, whatever, Leonard.
Whatever, yeah. There's another logical retort. Whatever.
What do you think Dale Chance is up
sucking
to
penis.
right now?
Keep sucking penis.
Dale Chance?
Right now.
Probably sitting at home looking at his videos on YouTube from the past and plotting strategy. He might be posing in a room with Cornelius, and Cornelius is analyzing, telling what his weak points are, and up the calories a bit, change your source of protein, change to a fast-acting injectable. You know, the traditional bodybuilding gobbledygook to make it think like he's worth the money.
You don't think he's in a rocking chair on a porch spitting chewing tobacco in a bucket with a shotgun?
Could be. Could be very well, yeah.
Wearing a raccoon hat. The fucking Cornelius. I like Cornelius, but he, on the Instagram shit. Do you follow him? He does these posts in the story where he writes a fucking story. You can't read all that shit. Will you knock it the fuck off?
Yeah, right.
There's
Tony
many
Hughes does that
a
too.
lot of assholes do, and you got to go back. You can't like, come on. Yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous. Cornelius, tighten it up a little bit. He gives it's fucking. You just got to skip right through. Half of this shit I don't even fucking look at anymore. It's ridiculous.
What are you looking at these days, Bradford? We want to know.
What was the name of that
I
one?
can't show you anything because you can't keep your mouth shut. So
What was the name of that one you did the live with on the podcast? A few podcasts
Cobra
back?
something was
Cobra something?
Yeah, I always
Queen
send her
Cobra?
messages. Queen Cobra, yeah.
Yeah, how's she doing?
She's doing good. She turned 20, so still young, still freaky. Hopefully can reach out again. Try to catch her when she does her next live. I barely missed it the one time, but I've been studying great leaders of the world, mass murderers, psychopaths, geniuses, communists, Nazis, whatever.
watching any movies lately?
No. Movies, again, they're not. There's too many good real life biographies with facts for me to. Very few movies do I ever watch anymore. It's all by some Hollywood cookie cutter that never lived a life, never did anything. It's probably some dope smoking perverts, most likely. Too many good biographies. Look up Theodore Roosevelt, the modern day Dale Chance. The Greatest Story Never Told, the series. There's 30 episodes of it. Very good on World War II, very factual. The list goes on and on. You know, Frederick the Great, Tsar Alexander, Rasputin. Many interesting men that went through very difficult times.
Who do you compare yourself to?
Nobody.
You're the modern
Not a
day.
cookie cutter.
You're the modern day what?
Probably the modern day Rasputin, but again, he's too much of a pervert.
You're saying someone's too much of a pervert.
Rasputin's having orgies with the church women
You would if you could.
and tell them that was their way to God. But it's still, they still do that in Africa. Look up Africa. There's a preacher that has all the women. They're pretty nice and thick. Lift up their dress and bend their ass over. And he comes and kisses all their asses in a church and says they're being blessed by God. I've seen pictures. Look it up. He did it on the beach too. Kissing everybody. 50 girls, ladies lined up, and he's kissing their ass. He's wearing a suit. Look him up.
Smart guy. Better than hanging near the halfway houses waiting for him to get kicked out. With
All right, finally, the last, the last subject, Meow Man. Anyone want to comment?
About what?
Withdrawing from the Florida Grand Prix and doing a show in South Carolina.
Sounds like he had legitimate reasons from his YouTube video. I can't fault him.
Yeah, just disappointed he didn't come down here.
Oh, he said he had to dump a lot of money into his car, his cats,
Yeah.
family issues. Well, shit happens.
Yeah, that's true, but a lot of people would have liked to see him, and they would have done a GoFundMe. Hey, if you're going to spend money to
He
go...
doesn't. He didn't want to do that though.
Well-
He didn't want to do a GoFundMe.
what was his reasoning?
He didn't have the funds.
No, to not accept that.
he didn't want to take any more handouts.
It's not a handout.
It's not. They want him there.
Just like somebody wants some filthy rapper to go somewhere, and they'll pay top dollar to see it.
Maybe he really didn't.
Or they'll go to 420 and they'll pay top dollar.
Maybe he really didn't want to come. I don't know. Well, don't you talk to him?
No, I didn't speak to him.
He's your idol. I mean,
yeah, he did some impressive things.
you don't speak to him? Did you call him and ask him why?
No, he's busy in prep. He's prepping for a show. I'll call him, after the show,
what
because
the
I
fuck?
prep for shows. You don't have time for calls.
He could talk to you for 5 fucking minutes. He can make a 10-minute fucking YouTube video. He can talk to
When
you for 10 minutes.
you're in prep, you're so...
Leonard, I've seen him in group text. He can take a minute to text. He can take a minute to talk to you. What, are you scared to fucking ask him?
Well, he gave the answer. I trust him. He gave the answer.
Okay, so what do you think about it?
I'm just disappointed he didn't come and do it.
Well, he's still competing, but he's doing it up there.
Of course you're disappointed, but do you think it's for any other reason than what he said?
No.
Okay, so I mean, what the fuck? Shit
But
happened.
that's my comment on it.
All right.
It's disappointing.
Yeah. What can you do?
It's ultimately he doesn't want to do it because he had the option, but the fans would have paid for it. So he ultimately doesn't want to come down here. But if you want to give me some tips on how to steal from the GNC that you used to work at, I just got a job there. I heard you had some good techniques back in the day.
Leonard is the king of 5-finger discounts.
Well, what's pretty cool is I probably shouldn't just... Yeah, it doesn't matter. Some of the products that expire and all that stuff, let's just say they get thrown out.
Or if they're like dented, right?
Yeah. So anyone want to come down to the GNC in Boynton and dent some products?
Leonard will go in there and drop everything on the floor.
Use Jason's head.
Whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, boom.
Brad, you know I don't... You're not going to get me mad for saying that, Brad. Whatever. Doesn't bother me. Oh, Freudian slip. I mean, some of those things are just... The ultimate Freudian slips are so obvious, it's just,
Whatever you say, Lassie.
Whatever.
Whatever you
I'm not going to
say,
get mad. It
Lassie.
doesn't bother me.
I know.
Lapdog Lenny.
Whatever.
Whatever's right.
You know what I wanted to make a comment on? I don't know if anyone else follows Dave Palumbo on Instagram.
Sure, I do.
I don't understand why he thinks that a bunch of people interested in bodybuilding who follow him want to see his kids playing with Batman toys and out to eat everything that they eat. That's all he posts.
Well, that's his personal account. I mean, I think his shit for bodybuilding and all that is the RX Muscle one.
Oh, okay, so that's my fault. But I was going to say, get back on a cycle, Dave. You're going a little soft there.
Well, I mean, you look at him at his age, it'll make you never want to do any juice.
No, I'm only joking, yeah. He's successful. I have no...
He's just doing what current research says to be healthy and live a long life.
Yeah.
I may disagree, but he is on point with his emphasis on essential fats and protein. And
It's crazy seeing him now and then seeing him then.
Yeah.
It is just fucking mind-blowing. It really is.
well, it's not so much him. That's his normal genetics. His column in Muscular Development was called Bodybuilding Without Genetics. He is not a genetically gifted human being. It just goes to through his intelligence and following techniques. He became one of the most heavily muscled men per square inch of height that's ever lived on this earth. So it goes back to when he was on the old Jenny Jones show, and she asked him, are all bodybuilders stupid? He goes, I don't know about all bodybuilders, but in my case, I had to be very intelligent to get a body like this. And that's the truth.
I remember hearing him say for 5 years straight, he had at least 36 eggs a day.
Jesus.
Better than eating 1,000 grams of sugar a day.
Yeah.
Much better. That's exactly what your body
But
needs.
just the discipline for that isn't...
The problem is when you combine both, then you're going to have a problem.
Right.
High carbs, while making you big, they can also make you very unhealthy.
It's also your blood type too. Like my I don't want to say doctor, but
You said it.
I said it.
Why don't you get your blood work and you'll find out your blood type. What blood type are you, Brad?
I don't know.
Like blood type 0 is not supposed to tolerate any carbs, any grains, anything like that.
Well, alcohol's a grain, so it counts them out.
So I'm fucked, yeah.
I gotta
What's
think of
the
a song.
secret over there?
I'm showing him what song to go out on. What should we go out on? What's a good song, Leonard? What do you want to hear? The theme song to Lassie, or Old Yeller, or what's the other dog? Benji.
Rin Tin Tin.
Rin Tin Tin. You're thinking of Tan Ten Ten. Rin Tin.
Thanks for taking the time out of your doctor's appointment, Brad, to come in.
And the pre-sale for DelrayMisfitsGear.com is for 2 more weeks, so go get the new
Get your
shirts.
blood work done, maniacs. And send us the results. Send them to Brad's phone.
Order the shirt that has the naked janitor with his underwear on.
Get your prostate checked.
Just
too.
needs mopped.
Actually, if anyone has any blood work with high testosterone, send it. You can get free juice that way. This is what I've been doing.